Hey everyone, Paul Carl here. Today I'm going to show you the fastest and most efficient way to sort your cards into numerical order. The reason why you would want to do this is because it's going to make listing them a lot faster when you scan them in, because you won't have any duplicates and things will be relatively close to each other when you're copying and pasting titles. The other reason is if when you're just doing sorting like this, you can pull out any like players or teams you want. You can have like a inventory or an idea if you have the complete set, if you want to sell the complete set or a partial set. You don't have to do it this way, but I feel like it makes the listing process a lot easier, and it does help a little bit with quality control, because if you find any obviously damaged cards, you can get rid of them. And then also it helps you make sure that the cards aren't sticking together, because sometimes that happens. So I usually do this while I'm listening to like a podcast, or you could watch something, or like, I don't know, hang out and talk to somebody while you do it. It's a nice thing to do when you're like just mentally out of it and you need something to kind of take a break with and be productive still. So you want to start with the last digit here. So we have a 251. We're looking at the single digit right now. So 1's going to go in the 1 pile. Now you have to imagine 0 through 4 and then 5 through 9 as rows, because that's important. So we're going to put 1 in the 1 pile. 4 would go roughly here. 180, 0 goes first. And we got another 51. I see a 1 back here. 64. I'm just going to quickly try to do this. With a small stack like this, you usually can sort these tiny stacks by hand, like pretty easily. But for like a large stack, like if I was going to do this whole stack, this is the way that I would do it. If I was going to do the stack that I'm showing the example with, then I would probably just sort it, by looking at the numbers and rearranging them in my hand. But this makes it a little bit faster for large piles to organize. So that's a 3, a 2, and a 4. All right, now that all those are organized, you want to stack these up with the 0 pile on top this first time around. And be careful when you're handling cards like this. You want to make sure that you're using like the fleshy part of your finger and not your fingernail when you're picking up, because that way you're not causing any damage to the edges of the cards. It's really easy to like accidentally cause some whitening on the edges. And also, if you're using a surface, make sure you clean it first. Even if you have cleaned it, sometimes there can be something that falls on it. So if you slide the card to like the edge to pick it up, it might scratch the surface. So you want to avoid that. All right, anyway, we have it all organized now by the first digit. Now we're going to do the second digit. So here we have a 9. We're going to sort the same exact way, but this time with 9. Got an 8, 6, there's a 7. I think these are all 5, 6, 7, 8s, but that's all right. 5, 5, 5. There's a 6. A 7, a 6, a 9. All right, once those are sorted, normally you'd have, 10 piles, but with this tiny portion, turns out I only have these higher numbers. So you're going to stack the 9s on top this time. So 9s will go on top of 8s, 7s, and so on. All right, now from here, you sort by the 100th digit. So we got the 100s. Just going to put those all in the pile. I think they're all pretty much 100s. And then a few 200s. And here's... Oh, this one. So I actually made a mistake. This is a 6 that I put this one in the wrong pile. So this one, we'll just take it out for now, because I actually screwed up. You'll notice that you screw up every now and then too. I can't handle the pressure of being filmed. So then you take your 100s, and if you had like a number 1 through 99, it would be in your pile here. You put that on top of your 100s. Put that on top of my 200s. And you'll notice they're all in numerical order now. So it's a really easy and mindless process. You can just sit here and stack them by the numbers. The only real thing that you have to pay attention to, which I made a mistake on, I put a 6 and a 5 pile. You don't want to make those kind of mistakes, but they're pretty easy to catch. And if it happens while you're doing this and you catch it later, like, it's not a huge deal. But this is a great way to see if you have the full set, see what cards you have, make it easier to list. And then Also, you can identify the duplicates really easily without having to have like hundreds of piles. So like if I was going to scan these right now and list them, I don't want the duplicates because these would all go in the same inventory slot. So I'm going to take the duplicates out, and what I would do is put these into a different inventory slot so they can also be listed individually. But yeah, that's the fastest way to sort a huge pile of cards, and it's nice because you can even, like, if you get interrupted, you get a phone call or whatever, you can stop what you're doing and pick back up right where you left off. Really cool process. I hope this helps. Feel free to ask any questions.